Welcome back, y'all. You are invited to sip and enjoy local wines at the 100% Texas Tasting Experience coming up on March 1st. Joining us now is the Executive Director of Texas Wine Growers, Kelly Olson, as well as the winemaker and founder of Rivenburg Wine and the president of that organization that I just mentioned, John Rivenburg. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Thank you for being here. So, Executive Director Kelly, we're coming to you first. In essence, what is this event?
So Texas Wine Growers is an organization that's statewide here in Texas to promote 100% Texas wines. We're bringing together 16 of our wineries and 10 Go Texan artisan food vendors in one place in Fredericksburg on March 1st. So folks will get to sample wines, try artisan foods, and we're doing some really cool behind the scenes fireside chats with winemakers and growers out at the venue as well.
Oh, that is so cool. I was just in Fredericksburg over the weekend, so you told me I'm a supporter of Texas wine.
You are.
There you go.
I give you guys a little money.
We appreciate it.
Of course. Happy to. All right. What can guests expect, Kelly, from attending this event? It sounds very local. It sounds like folks might also be on a bit of a discovery as far as, hey, I didn't know I liked that winery, or I didn't know I liked this type of wine. Finding new things.
Yeah, I think it's a discovery of a lot of different wines. So this is a sampling of just a few of our member wines that are going to be represented there. But I think it's about discovering what you might like and maybe something that's a new favorite as well. We have a lot of really cool food partners as well, anything from jams to pickles to barbecue sauce to charcuterie. And so it's a nice way to pair that as well with some Texas wine for a full-on Texas experience, right? It's all Texas products.
That is super cool. Yeah. And it's a good way to honor everything that we have to offer here in the Lone Star State. We are really blessed in so many ways with even just it kind of out in the hill country, the peaches that we're able to grow and all sorts of, even just bluebonnet scented things. When I was out in Fredericksburg this weekend, I was just reminded at how many wonderful local products we can, strawberry peach jalapeno jam and all sorts of wonderful stuff. So that sounds like a really great pairing for these wines, and then you can get some ideas about putting them together. We're going to talk now about your winery, John Rivenburg, and you say people always get the name wrong, so we like to spell it out for them phonetically.
We do try to spell it out for them phonetically, but as long as they're thinking about it, even if they get it wrong, it's okay. Right?
Rivenburg. Say whatever you want, as long as you're thinking about it.
As long as you're thinking about it, yeah. But we're Rivenburg Wine is one of the several brands. We jokingly call it our 529 wine. It's what can hopefully put our kids through college. But
I like that.
Rivenburg is one of a couple of different brands under the umbrella of my beverage company that also has a wine incubator, which is a pretty interesting concept. But we are vastly dedicated to authenticity and 100% Texas and Texas agritourism. You talked about all the different things that you could do now. I think the wonderful, beautiful thing about Texas wine is we're working very hard to express all of the other agrotourism and agricultural accompaniments that we have in the hill country. There's so many people growing so many great different fruits and vegetables and food.
Yeah.
And the food, we've started to work as an industry to work really hard around focusing the local food sources that we have. And I think that's in what we do with our wines. We're trying to embody that in our organization in promoting all things Texas.
That is so cool. Yeah. And you did mention your incubator program.
Yes.
I was shocked at the number that you came up with to tell me of the people who have been beneficiaries of the incubator program. So can you go back and tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started the wine incubator. It started many years ago. I've always had this desire to help grow Texas wine. Early on in my career, I'm knocking on the door, 20 years of doing this. And early on in my career, we had no help. There was not really anybody, no mentors locally. And so over the years...
Honestly, to stop you, that was the beginning of Texas wines out in the hill country. It's 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, you got the Dr. Beckers of the world that kind of laid the foundation. But when it came to relating viticulture expertise and enology expertise, it really was in the last 20 years that we've kind of shaped that. I'm very proud to say that I feel like I'm a big part of that with our incubator. So I've always been helpful. I've done a lot of mentoring, a lot of consulting, but we started the wine incubator to foster a shared use space where people could come and learn and get started in wine without having to go the traditional route of we invested $10 million and now we're doing this thing, right? So you can come and we're essentially the training wheels. So I've been very blessed to be in some small or large part of about 40 plus wineries in the state of Texas.
That's so cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I think it is. I always laugh. My favorite nickname is I'm the most famous winemaker nobody's ever heard of. Right?
Because you're secretly involved just back in the past when these people were getting their training wheels.
Yeah, and some of them currently. And I've been very happy to see a lot of our incubator alumni being wildly successful in the state and great members of Texas wine growers. It's probably one of my biggest flexes is just that I've been able to help foster and grow so many people to then take their own style and effort and do some magical stuff.
Well, and what you're also doing is removing some of those barriers to entry.
Absolutely.
Which can be really overwhelming as far as winemaking is concerned. Let's be real, there is a certain amount of snootiness to what goes on. And so if you're not quite sure you understand it all, it can be really overwhelming.
Yeah, and our goal is to really break it down the way it looks the rest of the world. It's just agriculture. When you go to a winery and you go behind the curtain, if you will, it's men and women in jeans and dusty boots and covered in purple grape juice and you're working, right? We save the sport coats for the salesman.
Yeah. But I like that, and I think that farming and ranching here in Texas, there's real understanding and support of that. Yeah. So a good reminder for everybody at home that it's not just this happy little and I've made wine, magic little fingers. Kelly, I'd like to ask about people getting involved with Texas wine growers.
Yes.
Any tips there?
Yeah, so we have our winery members. We have 19 vineyard grower members around the state as well. But we also have an advocate program for consumers around the state who want to support Texas wine. It's $50 a year to join as a Texas Wine Growers Advocate member.
Not bad.
You get event discounts. You get the inside news and track on what's going on with TWG. Discounts on our March 1st event. And then you can also support our advocacy causes as well, because we do a lot of advocating for 100% Texas here in the state.
That is so cool. And you said you had an offer to share with our viewers today.
We do. So we have a discount code for $5 off per ticket with the code KXAN for folks who want to go online and get tickets for March 1st.
All right, I'm going to repeat what Kelly just said. KXAN, y'all, that's where you want to go to get $5 off your ticket for that 100% Texas tasting experience. It's very nice of y'all to offer this code to our viewers. We appreciate
so happy
it.
to.
Yeah, and out there having just a true Texas fun time. Sounds good to me, y'all. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. For more information on the 100% Texas tasting experience, visit TexasWineGrowers.com.